9. Hi, my name's Lauren. I'm going to be your student nurse today. We're going to be doing a neurological assessment. So first, I'm going to tell you the cranial nerves. So cranial nerve 1 is olfactory. That would sense for your change in taste. Cranial nerve 2, optic. Cranial 3, ocular motor. 4 would be trochlear, and 5 would be abducens, which would be tested in the eye assessment. Cranial nerve 6, which is facial, would be tested in the head and neck assessment. Cranial nerve 7, auditory, in your hearing assessment. And then cranial nerve 11 would be spinal accessory, which would be tested in your head and neck. First, we're going to test trigeminal nerve, cranial nerve 5. So first I'm going to feel for her masseter, and I'm going to have you clench your jaw. And then her temporalis, and then clench your jaw. Okay, so I felt contraction equally bilaterally, which is expected. So next we're going to do sensory. So I'm going to touch the cotton swab on your head at different spots. And I want you to say now when you feel it. Touch your face.
Now, 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 now.
Okay. So she was able to feel all sensations in her face, which is expected. So to assess for the glossopharyngeal nerve, cranial nerve 9, I would check how the patient swallows by giving them a glass of water, and then ask them if they've had any changes in taste. So have you had any changes in taste recently?
No.
And then the vagus nerve, cranial nerve 10, is associated with pharynx and larynx. So next we're going to assess hypoglossal nerve, cranial nerve 12. So I'm going to have you stick out your tongue. And I would note that her tongue isn't deviated to one side and isn't shaking, which tells me that cranial nerve 12 is intact. So next we're going to assess motor and cerebellar system. So I'm going to have you walk to the side of the room and back. Okay. So I would note that she's able to walk steady and smoothly and effortlessly, and her arms are swinging, which is expected. Next we're going to do tandem walking. So I'm going to have you walk heel to toe looking forward. Okay. So she was able to walk straight with good balance, which is expected. Next we're going to do the Romberg test. So I'm going to have you stand up. Sorry. And then I'm going to have you close your eyes, and then so she's able to stand steady and maintain her balance. Next we're going to do shallow knee bend. So I'm going to have you bend your right knee and then bend with your left, and then do the same for your other. Okay, so she's able to do it with good balance, which is expected. Okay, so next we're going to do the finger to nose test. So I'm going to put my hand out, and you're going to take your finger and touch your nose, and then touch my finger. And then that one. Okay, so she was able to touch my finger, which is expected. Next you're going to do finger to nose test, and then switch. And then she was able to touch her nose each time. So next we're going to do rapid alternating movements. So I'm going to have you place your hands on your knees and then flip, and then gradually get faster. So she's able to increase her speed, which is expected. So next we're going to test for sharp or dull pain. So I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I'm going to touch bilaterally on your body. So this is dull pain, and then this is sharp. And I just want you to tell me if it's sharp or dull.
Dull, dull, sharp, dull, sharp, sharp, dull, sharp, dull, 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 sharp, dull, dull.
So she's able to identify if it's sharp or dull pain. So next I'm gonna touch in random spots with this cotton ball, and I want you to say now when you feel it.
Okay. Now, 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 now.
Okay. So she's able to say now every time I touch her body, which is expected. So next we're gonna do tactile discrimination, straganogenesis bilaterally. So I'm gonna place one object in each hand, and I want you to identify what they are, okay? And I'm gonna have you close your eyes.
Paper clip and then a cotton ball.
So she was able to identify each object, which is expected. Next we're gonna test graphesthesia. So I'm gonna draw a number in each of your hand, and I want you to tell me what number I'm drawing. And then close your eyes.
1, 7.
So she was able to identify each number correctly, which is expected. So next we're gonna do deep tendon reflexes. So first her biceps is spinal nerve 5 and 6. So I would rest her forearm on mine and then hold my thumb on her tendon, and I would hit my finger, which should contract her bicep, and her forearm should flex. Next we're going to do brachioradialis, which is spinal nerve 5 and 6. So I'm going to hold your thumb up. Oh, wait, I would do the biceps on both sides. So I would also do this side and hit the hammer. And then for brachioradialis, I would hold her thumb and then find her radial bone and then go medially, and I would hit it right there, and her pinky should flex. Next we're gonna do the tricep, which is spinal nerve 7 and 8. So I'd hold her bicep at a 90 degrees and hit it above her elbow, and her forearm should extend. And then I would do each of these both bilaterally. Next we're gonna do patellar, which is below the knee. So I'd hit the hammer below her knee, and her leg should extend. And then the Achilles, I would apply hand sanitizer and gloves. And then I would dorsal flex her foot and hit the Achilles tendon, and her foot should plantar flex. And then for plantar, which is spinal nerve L4 and S2, I would draw an upside down J, and her feet should curl on both sides. If they're less than 1 year old, they could spread out, and then 1 year older, they should curl down. So this would conclude your assessment. Everything is kept confidential. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.